Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry Bulldog Nation, it's Friday, and here we go. Police arrested a couple people in Virginia who planned to assassinate ICE agents. Now, I wonder who prompted that, and I wonder if there's going to be any condemnation of that. Florida has a little pronoun scandal. You can't make it up. A elementary school was forcing kids to use pronouns. They're in trouble now. Trump called the 6 congressmen, senators who called for military personnel to ignore and reject and disobey orders from their commanders and President Trump as seditious. And by the way, when he made a comment about should they be killed or death or whatever, I don't know if he said that or not. Well, that's usually what happens when you have these things. See, I'm still blown away. I know my history. We used to hang people and shoot people for treason. Hell, does treason even get When's the last time somebody got prosecuted for treason around this place? Isn't it time for somebody to get prosecuted for treason? I think so. John Fetterman's book, Unfettered, is not doing really well. I feel sorry for him. By the way, a successful book, you can't make this up. Do you know a successful book sells over 5,000 to 10,000 copies? People don't realize this. The books that sell like 100,000 copies, very, very, very rare. Epstein's accountant, apparently, Epstein accounted for 22 years, tipped off J.P. Morgan of some problems. What did J.P. Morgan know? What did they do about it? Larry Ellison from Oracle is buying CNN. And Trump's saying, hey, we need to fire some people. All I can say is this: Musk buying Twitter, good thing. Bezos seeing the light, Washington Post, good thing. Ellison, CNN, good thing. California illegals, can't make it up. Pam Bondi is suing them because they're giving all the free stuff to the illegals. Dick Cheney was laid to rest yesterday. George Bush gave a eulogy at the cathedral in Washington, D.C. Trump and Vance weren't invited. I don't think they would have gone anyway. But I just want to say this. There are some things, we all do good things and we all do bad things. We do. We're sinners, not saints. But don't you think there are some things that a certain person does that is so bad, it destroys all the good in the credit and debit sheet of their life? Dick Cheney being and George Bush, Karl Rove, and Colin Powell, blowing up the Middle East when they knew there were not weapons of mass destruction, lying to the UN, I can't forgive them for that. That taints everything for me with Dick Cheney. I used to like him. Oil. Price of oil is going down because it's drill, baby, drill. And the price of gas is going down. And Goldman Sachs thinks the price of oil will stay down through 2026. Crockett accused, this is hysterical, accused somebody of taking money, Lee Zendel from the cabinet, the EPA director. Guess what? It was the wrong Jeff Epstein. It's hysterical. Donald Trump wants Jimmy Kimmel to be canceled. Kimmel hasn't learned his lesson. He's not learned his lesson. Jobs report yesterday, double what they expected. And guess what? GDP, 4.2%. When was the last time we had a 4.2 GDP? Biden didn't see that. Jordan's phone records, they tracked his phone records, where he was calling from, who he was calling for 2 freaking years. Jim Jordan, Congress. Eric Swalwell is going to run for Democratic governor of California. Every time I hear that guy's name, I think, fang, bang, 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 sleeping with a communist spy. Florida kids, 122 rescued. Good job. FBI, I haven't talked about this yet. I apologize for not. Crooks, the guy that tried to shoot and assassinated Trump. Remember what the FBI said? Christopher Wray said, there wasn't much of a social media blueprint. Complete freaking lie. Massive social media blueprint. And guess what? He was once a Trumper and then he turned on Trump. Tried to kill him. Christopher Wray is a lying scumbag. World news, Nigeria, it's getting worse and worse. The president of Nigeria is missing the G20 to focus on internal security. They think 120,000 Christians have been murdered by radical Islams in Nigeria. Ukraine, Russia. There's some more talk about possible summits and meetings and settlement, money for land, yada, yada, yada. You know what? This is a classic example of Putin overplaying his cards. And I was once like, hey, let's get this worked out. I've kind of changed. I'm not kidding you. Let's kick freaking Putin out of Ukraine. Pop culture. What do I got for you? Holy Grail pill. Chinese apparently are working on a pill that reverses aging, can live up to 150. Would you take it? I would. Miss Jamaica fell. She got hurt bad. Miss USA. Hope she's going to be okay. This day in history, the word rock and roll was invented by a DJ. That's pretty cool. I watched the Eddie Murphy documentary last night. It was great. Eddie Murphy is a good dude. Check out Eddie Murphy. Sports Without Boundaries. The Buss brothers were fired by the Lakers after the Buss family sold it. Jeannie Buss has not been fired. Texans 23, Bills 19. History today, I've already mentioned it. Alan Freed, WABC AM, 1915. Used the word rock and roll. Shakespeare insult of the day: do not be a vain, fly-bitten measle. A vain, just let's break that down. You're a vain, fly-bitten measle. That's a funny image, isn't it? This is a bulldog. Every dog has their day. Check out my local news.